Hi guys, welcome to this session in Microsoft Excel. In this module, I want to show you the magic of using the Control and Enter key. So on the screen, I have a spreadsheet where I'm going to use a formula to populate all of this area immediately in one go. But before I do that, I'll just show you what you have to do if you don't know about the Control and Enter key. So this is basically the times table. So I'll do a formula equals that times that, and then I'll just tick it for a minute. Now you can't just leave it like that, because if I pull that across, as it comes across, it's moving across relative to the cell references, so that's not correct. Obviously 1 times 4 is not 24, and if you look at the formula, it's looking at E2 instead of B2, and it's times it by F1. So E2 is 6, F1 is 4, 6 fours is 24, and so on. So that's not right. So to get this to work, before I even show you Control and Enter, you basically need to put dollar signs. So if I go equals dollar sign B2 times C dollar sign 1, because I want to lock row 1. If I take that, now when I pull that across, that will work. And when I pull it down, it will also work, because I've locked column B and I've locked row 1. So that's just going to populate like so, which is correct. But what happens if I want to do that, and I know that works, which I do, I want to do it all in one go. So you highlight all of the space where you want the answers to be. You type the formula again, so equals dollar sign B2 times C dollar sign 1. Now this is the magic. Now you do Control and Enter, and it drops the whole thing in there for you like that. So that's a quick way of getting data into a spreadsheet, in this case a formula. This next one, if I go to this next one, similar sort of thing, find blanks. I want to put the word pending in all these blank cells, and again I'm going to use Control and Enter, but if I highlight this space first and go to the Home tab, I'm on the Home tab, and across to this Find and Select, in there you've got Go to Special, and in there you've got blanks. So that's what I want. When I click OK, it's going to highlight all the blank spaces. Now it's really important that you don't click anywhere, just type. So I'm going to type the word pending, and then I'm going to do Control Enter, and it will populate the whole spreadsheet with the word pending. Another quick way to get text in, because that would have taken quite a bit of time. Imagine if that was 5 phases and there was 10,000 people. That would take ages if you was typing it manually. Now you can also do it like this. If you highlight a space, say I want today's date in there, the key command for today's date is Control and semicolon. And then if I do Control and Enter, that's just going to drop today's date in every single cell. Let's get rid of that. Now you can also, if I highlight that column, so that's 1,000,000 rows, if I type my name and do Control and Enter, it's going to drop it in all the way down to the bottom. If I do Control End, there's the bottom, Control Home, back up. I'll just clear that off, delete that. So basically anywhere where you want to highlight and type a word or a date, you can just do it like that. But what happens if you want a sequential date? So that's where, let's say I want the date. If I put today's date in here, and I want that to go right down to the bottom. So if I highlight the whole column and go across to fill, I've got fill series, and then it's on date. It's picking up the date. If I just click OK to that, it drops the same list in as my name. So that'll go all the way down to the bottom. Control End, straight down to the bottom. So 2896. I wonder if we're still using Excel by then. Control Home, get rid of that column, just reset that. Just delete that column and it'll reset it. And then the last one I want to do is using the same fill feature. If I put today's date in there again and just highlight a space, say that space, and go across to fill and series, and this time put a stop date in there. So if I put the 23rd of the 9th 25 and then click OK to that, it's just going to drop it in that space like that. So that's all I want to talk about in this little video, how you can quickly get information onto the screen or into your spreadsheet by using the Control and Enter keys together, either with a formula or filling in blanks or just dates and text. So hopefully this little video is of use. Thank you for your time, and I'll catch you on the next one.